Hello everyone and welcome to our first word family book video. Like I said during our introductory video, we will be starting out on Mondays, so we have 4 weeks, 4 Mondays. Each Monday we will go over how to make our word family book. I have one that is completed right here so you can see an example. And like I showed you yesterday, this is what the cover of our word family book will look like when we are finished. So we're making this word family book to start out with. This book needs 3 pieces of blank paper, about this size, about the size of something like a normal piece of paper that you would write on or print out from the printer. If it's a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, that's okay. Just something around this size and that is blank, so we have lots of room to write and draw on it. So we will be needing 3. I have my 3 pieces in front of me, and we will be cutting each of these pages in half. So this page will become 2, this page will become 2, and this page will become 2. I think in our heads, 2 plus 2 equals 4, right? 2 plus 2 equals 4, and then 4 plus 2 equals, thinking in my head, 4. Let's do 4, 5, 6. We're going to have 6 halves in total. So to start out with, you need to have those 3 pieces of paper. Other tools that we are going to be needing is scissors to cut our pieces of paper in half. And then you can either staple your pages together. I have my pink stapler here ready to go. I like to staple them in the corner. You can ask your mom or dad or your family member, somebody who could help you maybe staple it, or you could also paper clip it. That works, but you're more likely to lose a piece of paper. So I like to staple just so I make sure I don't lose any of my papers. But there's lots of options to keep those papers together as well. You could also fold the corners if that works too, if you don't have a stapler. Okay, so we're gonna start out with those supplies. There's some additional supplies we're going to be needing. Of course, writing supplies. I need to get my pencil out. But to start out with, please get 3 pieces of blank paper if you have not done so already. And always feel free to pause the video if you need a second to catch up or if you need a second to get supplies. That is always okay to make sure to pause the video, or you can even go back if you missed some directions or if you needed me to repeat something. Always feel free to go back or press pause during the video. Okay, so this is a great chance to press pause and get your 3 pieces of paper and your scissors so we can begin to make our books. Okay, so with your supplies, I have my blank book next to me, ready to go for, maybe I'll use that one for next week's. I have my 3 pieces of paper, and to start out with, we need to fold this in half. Not the long way, that would be a very skinny book. You're going to be doing it this way, sometimes known as the hamburger style, hamburger fold, hot dog fold. We're going to do a hamburger fold. We take the 2 corners here and bring them together, and the 2 corners here and here and bring them together. As you can see, we go. And then I line up my corners as best as possible, and I kind of fold it with my fingers. I still have a little bit of a loop here, but just so I make sure my corners are a little bit off, so I use that to help me. I pinch it a little bit, find those matching corners, and it does not have to be perfect. We're just making the shape of a book. And then I fold it along those corners that I found. So I folded my piece of paper, and then I take my scissors and I cut along that fold that I just made. So I'm taking my scissors, of course, thinking scissor safety. I'm not pointing my scissors at myself. I'm not pointing my scissors at my hand when I'm cutting, making sure to point away from me. I'm not pointing at anybody else as well. And then I cut, you see, cutting down my middle fold that I just made. Okay. Boop. One done. So now I had one whole and I turned it into 2 halves, right? We already have our first 2 pages of our 6-page book. So I am putting those on top of each other like this. I have one, put it on top of the other one, and then I set it on to the side of my workspace so that I don't lose those pieces of paper. Okay, repeat with the next page, finding those 2 corners, matching up with the other 2 corners, and then fold down the middle. And again, if you need a couple extra minutes or seconds, whatever, feel free to pause the video. Folding, and then that means my next step is cutting down the middle. Okay. So now I'm making this from 1 whole into 2 halves, right? 1 whole, 2 halves. And now I have my 2 that I made before. See, they're stacked on top of each other. And I'm going to take the 2 that I just cut, stack them on top of each other, and stack all 4 pieces, because now we have 2 and 2 more make 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. We have 4 halves. Okay, so I have my little booklet. It's almost ready to go. 1 more page. Fold around my corners. Use my little pinch. See, I got my pinch, and I use that to help me guide moving these corners together. Just a strategy that I like to use. Okay, folded it down the middle, and now I'm ready to cut. Okay, and then once I have that cut, I am going to staple my 6 pages together, and I staple them in the upper left-hand corner. I have my 1 half and 2 halves. 2 halves make up 1 whole, right? And I stack them on top of each other. I have my little booklet and stack those all together. Double check that you have 6 halves. I said 6 pages. 6 pages, 6 halves in total. Okay, I just double checked in my head, counted that I have 6 halves. And then in my looking at my book, I am going to staple up here in the corner like I have. It's the upper left-hand corner. Right? Oh, my finger's covering it. But sometimes people like to staple all, staple at the top, a staple in the middle, and a staple at the bottom, so it seems more like a book. I like to have it more free to be able to open and close easily. But that is just my preference, so you can decide. So I'm taking my stapler, making sure safety, if you're doing the stapling on your own, that you do not put your fingers in here so that you don't staple your fingers. At the corner, I have my stapler, and then I press down. And there we have our book. Ta-da! Easy peasy, I know. Okay, so we have our book ready to go. We need some writing supplies. We have to write first. We need our pencil because we need to write with our pencil. Let me grab my pencil out. Pencil, if I can get it. There we go. Okay, so I have my pencil, and I have been doing this. My friends from Bryant will know that I like to use a gray marker as my pencil so that it's easier for you to see. If I wrote in pencil, it would be very small and thin lines because we know pencil here. Let's see. I can write. This is our IL family word book. It's hard to see, right? So I am going to write in gray marker. You're going to write in pencil. I have my pencil, I have my gray marker ready. So finding your pencil, so you're ready to go. And then I also have my space bar. Bryant friends, we have a popsicle stick as a space bar. Maybe you have one at home that you could use. There's other materials that you could use for a space bar as well. You could use your pinky finger, is about the same size as a popsicle stick. You could use a popsicle stick. I also think a pencil is just about the same size and would work just fine. Maybe you have an extra pencil to use for a space bar, your choice. Just something so you make sure that you're having that space between your words so that you can read your words separately instead of them looking like one big jumbled word that would be kind of hard to read. Okay, so also I told you during our last video, the introduction video, that at Bryant we like to underline our kindergarten, first, second, third, fourth, and fifth grade words, thinking about sight words. There's lots of kindergarten words that you learned last year, maybe some first, second grade words too. We like to underline those with colors so they pop out and they're easy to see. We use the colors of the rainbow. First kindergarten is underlined in red, kindergarten sight words. First grade words are underlined in orange, red, orange. What do you think the second grade words are going to be underlined with? Yellow, right. Red, orange, yellow. So we have kindergarten, first grade, second grade. Third grade, red, orange, yellow, green, right. Getting into those cool colors. Red, orange, yellow, green is our third. Fourth, red, orange, yellow, green, blue. And fifth grade words, red, orange, yellow, green, blue. Purple, you got it. So those are our K through fifth grade words, sight words, that we underline in our writing. So today I'm starting out with a simple two sentences. We like to write 2 sentences in our word book. Like I showed you last time, we had our IL family word book that we started out with during distance learning. The first page you can see here, we wrote the word fill. That was the word that we wrote down. We put a pencil line in the middle so that we can see this is the area on the lower half of our page that we write our 2 sentences. And this is the picture on the top half that we draw to show what our sentence was about. Looking at the sentence, we wrote, I fill up my cup with blank. Kindergartners at that time, now first graders, kindergartners got to decide what they filled up their cup with. And then it says, do you want some? Do you see the kindergarten words that are underlined? Remember, red is the kindergarten words we underline with red. Right. I, up, my, do, and you. We underlined our kindergarten words in red. So then first grade words, red, yellow, green, blue, purple. What was our first grade words underlined with? Orange, right. I'm seeing a first grade word. Right. Some is the first grade word. And that continues on all the way up to 5th grade words. So that's kind of the idea of what we do during word work. We also use purple for punctuation. We say, take out your purple punctuation. And you can take out a marker or a crayon. We use purple to show our periods, question marks, dashes, quotation marks, and our exclamation points. So I did exclamation marks. So those are the colors that you would see in our typical day of our word family word book. So today, the colors that we are going to be needing, and I always tell on Mondays, I always tell students the colors that we will need for our word family books. So of course, we already have our pencil and our spacebar tool, whatever you are using as your spacebar. The colors we are going to be needing today. Purple, of course, we always have purple because we're always going to use punctuation in our sentences. So purple is something we always have with us ready to go. Most often, I have very rarely not seen a sentence that doesn't have a kindergarten word in it. So more often than not, you will always have out your red kindergarten word marker or crayon, because a lot of the words that we learned in kindergarten are used a lot in sentences. So purple for purple punctuation, kindergarten red, and we also have a couple, maybe 2 first grade orange words. Pulling up my, there we go, my sentences. Okay, and pulling out one more color, kindergarten, orange first, and we also have our word for our word family today is a second grade word. So we're already gonna be writing a second grade word on our first day. Pretty awesome. Okay, so those are our tools. I'll show you again. Kindergarten red, and this is what I usually do on Mondays. I say, tools we need, kindergarten red, first grade orange, second grade yellow, purple punctuation, pencil, and spacebar. So these are the tools. If you need to pause and go find tools that these tools, go for it now, and we will be using these during our writing today. And then don't forget, I am using a gray marker instead of a pencil, but you will be using pencil for your writing. Okay, let's get started. Ooh, I'm excited. Okay, so to start it out, we look at the cover of our book, and we always make sure to put our names at the top so that everybody knows this is my word family book. So I'm going to write Miss Sorensen at the top. You write your name as well. Miss Sorensen. My name's kind of long, so I always have to kind of squeeze it on there. Here we go. Miss Sorensen. Okay, so once you have your name at the top, it's time to find out what our word family is for the week. Okay, so we talked a lot in kindergarten about words that are called CVC words, consonant, vowel, consonant words. This week and the next couple of weeks, we are going to be talking about words that have that silent E at the end. Raise your hand if you've heard about that silent E. Maybe you learned about it in kindergarten this last year. Maybe you heard about it at home. Raise your hands if this is something you are familiar with. That silent E at the end of a word. Okay. Raise your hand if this is something new for you. Okay, well that's okay because you're going to be learning about it during these summer videos. Okay, our word family this week is the AIM word family. The AIM word family, what vowel are we hearing? AIM, right, we hear that A, AIM, and we hear the vowel saying its name, AIM, so that makes it a long vowel sound. If it was an A sound, A like apple, that would be a short vowel sound. But we're starting with an A, AIM, that is a long vowel sound. Would you please write the letter A kind of in the middle of your cover here? Write the letter A, kind of like a small to medium-sized A. AIM. AIM. What's the next consonant that we are hearing? AIM. M, right. A-M. A-M. And then we were talking about something, a silent E, right. That silent E makes the A say its name. Say that with me. The silent E makes the A say its name. The silent E makes the A say its name. Let's write that silent E at the end here. AIM is our word family this week. So we are going to be hearing words that have that AIM sound at the end. And during kindergarten, we talked about how sounds in words are called phonemes. Say that word 3 times. Phoneme, phoneme, phoneme. We've heard this word a few times at Bryant, but this might be a new word for you. Excuse me. Phoneme. Sorry. There we go. Phoneme is a sound in a word. Excuse me. Okay, so looking at my word family book from kindergarten, we always put this dash right here because that shows that there are going to be letters in front of this word family that we will be adding on our pages. So would you put that little dash mark in front to show there's going to be more coming in our books. Before we started, I wanted to show you a little page I made. It says at the top, silent E. These are a few words that have that silent E at the end. I made another page that shows you there's that silent E, and I put it in a box. It makes this vowel right here say its name. What's this vowel? Oh, right. And the O, we hear that long vowel sound, says its name. J, O, K, joke. If we didn't have that silent E there, it would say J, ok, jock. But the word that we are looking for, since it has that silent E, is joke. Looking at the second word, we see that silent E at the end. It's making this vowel here say its name. What is this vowel? A, right. W, ave, wave, wave. Are you starting to hear that silent E making that vowel become a long vowel sound? J, oak, w, ave. If we didn't have that E, it would become w, av. I don't know that word. Do you know that word? I don't know that word. That's why we put that silent E at the end to make it wave. The last word I wrote is this word. We see that silent E. We have a new vowel. This vowel is in I, right? I'd, I'd, hide. So we have j, oak, joke. We have w, ave, wave. And we have I'd, hide. We're kind of starting to see how those silent E's are making those vowels say their names. Right. Sometimes you might hear it called a magic E or a silent E. The same thing, it means the same thing. It's just saying that that silent E at the end is making the vowel say its name. So for our book today, we have the silent E and our vowel is an A. So we see the aim. Aim. Can you say our word family with me? Aim. Great, we're ready to start. Okay. Normally our video won't be this long on Mondays. I just wanted to make sure that you understood what is going on in our word family book, because some of us, we know how to do this because we've been doing it all year, but some of our new friends have never seen this before. So we want to make sure that everybody is on the same page and understand what's going on. So starting out on our first page, we write our word family at the top middle-ish, and then we are just writing the word family to start out with in pencil. Our word family is aim, A, and kind of a small writing at the top. So there's room for a picture and writing below. A, M, E. And then we save space up here because we have to write the first letter that's in our our word for today. Each day it will be a new AIM family word. Today I'll tell you in just a second, but first we need to put a line across the middle of our page so we have room to draw a picture and a room to write our sentences. So draw a picture with your pencil. Picture pencil. Draw a line. Draw a picture. Draw a line with your pencil so that we have the upper half for a picture and the lower half for 2 sentences. Okay, our word for today is the thing that you call yourself. It's a word family AIM, something that you call yourself. Think to yourself right now, what's a word that ends with that phoneme, that sound AIM, has a letter at the front of it, something that you call yourself. Do you have an idea? What do you think it is? Name. Name is our word for today. Name. 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 Right. Okay. Pick a different color. Pick a color that is not your pencil. Pick a color that is easy to see. On my first IL family page, I used purple so that you can see what letter we are starting out the word with. I'm going to choose red. And the word name starts with what letter? N, right. Name. Name. So our word family for the day goes at the top. That means we're ready to start our sentence. Starting with our pencil out and ready to go, I will tell us the words that we will write together. The first word that we are writing is a first grade word. Getting ready for first grade. First grade word. The word that we are starting out with today is the word what. Think to yourself first. What does what start with? What letter does word what start with? W. W. Great. Pencil. Starting right here at the top. I'm using my gray just so it's easier for you to see. Of course, when we start a sentence, we have to start with a capital letter. So capital W. What? Does anybody know what the next letter might be in the word what? What? There's an H. W-H. What? W-H. What? Do you hear what? Does anybody know what the next letter is? It's a vowel. It's an A. W-H-A. A. What? The last letter that we need is a T. We already wrote a first grade word. What? And then we need our space bar. See, this is how I use my space bar. And then I start writing my next word right after my space bar. You could use a pencil. You could use your finger. Just making sure you have a space between your first word and your next word. Our next word is a kindergarten word. It's the word is. How do we spell that word? I-S, right. So after your space bar, writing the word is. Space bar is. What is? What is? Interesting. So now I don't think I can fit my next word here. So I'm going to put my space bar horizontally so that I have space below to write my next words. You don't want your word to be right up underneath, or it might be hard to read it. So we put a little bit of space below. What is, next is a first grade word again, your. Have you ever seen that word before? Your. Yeah, it might be familiar to some or maybe not as familiar to others. The word your, y starts with a Y. Using that space bar. And if you do have room after do your space bar and then write it here, or I use my space bar here in writing your. The next two letters are also vowels. We've been using a lot of vowels. Y, O, U. Y, O, U. What word does Y, O, U make? You. You. So first, the word your has the word you. Interesting. Y, O, U. Your. Kind of hear your. Kind of hear that you a little bit. You. What letter do you think your ends with? R. Right. We just spelled another first grade word. Look at us. We're on a roll. What is your name? We know how to write that. It's at the top of our paper. What is your name? So now we need to end this sentence with a purple punctuation. Taking out my purple marker, maybe you have a purple marker, crayon, colored pencil, purple. What punctuation do we need to end this sentence with? What is your name? Exclamation point, right? No? Purple period? No. What do we need? A question mark. This is a question. What is your name? I am meeting some of you for the first time today. What is your name? I thought this would be a good way to start. I like to do a backward C, a straight line down, backward C, straight line down, and a purple period underneath. What is your name? The next sentence, we are starting, of course, with a capital letter, and the word is my. This is a kindergarten word. My. How do we spell it? M-Y. You got it. Pencils out. Writing the word my. M-Y. My. Spacebar. Name. We know how to write that word. My name. And if you run out of space on this side here, sometimes there's a lot of words in our two sentences, and your words, maybe you decided to write a little bigger for that day, or they just all don't fit in the sentences or the lines that you have here. There's a whole back to this page that you can finish your sentences on. So don't worry, if you get a little scrunched up on this page and need a little bit more space, turn the page and write on the back of that page. Lots more space. So my name, kindergarten word, is. My name is. What is the two letters that make up this word? I-S, right. My name is, of course, spacebar. I think I can fit is in there. My name is. And then I'm gonna put a big line down here. Blank. My name is blank. I want you to put your name into that blank. My name is blank. And then we need a purple punctuation at the end. What purple punctuation do you think we need? Purple period. You're on it. We just finished our first two sentences in our word family book together. Nice work, everyone. Good work for the new people who are doing this for the first time, and good job staying with me for those friends who have seen this before and maybe didn't need that extra instructions, but did a fabulous job being patient with me and understanding that some of our friends did need those instructions. Okay, so filling in your name, I'm gonna write Miss Sorensen. Miss Sorensen, so I can fill in my word family book. Miss Sorensen. Okay, let's read our two sentences together. What is your name? My name is, what's your name? Let me hear those names. Oh, I'm seeing some new faces, hearing some new names. Nice to meet you. I'm Miss Sorensen. Welcome to our summer videos. Okay, so before we move on to our picture, we need to underline those words. Let's start with our kindergarten red. Finding those kindergarten words. The first one is in my first line. What word is that we wrote the first kindergarten word? Is, right. Is a kindergarten word. We underline that with red. We know that because we're first graders. Nice. What is, do you remember what this word is? Your, right. It has that kindergarten word you in it. Your name. Is this a kindergarten word? Right. My name, you already know this is a kindergarten word because we already underlined it, is, right? My name is Miss Sorensen. Okay, we finished that. Next up, we have our first grade orange. The first word that we wrote today is a first grade word. Do you remember what it is? It starts with a W. What? What is a first grade word? The other first grade word in our sentences today is the word that starts with a U. Gave it away. A word that starts with a Y and has that kindergarten word in it. You. Right? It's this word, your. Underlined with orange. Oh my gosh. I just underlined it. I'm so excited. I haven't done word work in a while. So I got really excited and I underlined name with orange. Your is the word that we are underlining with orange. Scratch that out. Name is not orange. Name is a second grade word though. So would you underline name? We wrote it twice with yellow. I'll kind of go over my orange. I'm just so excited to be here again. And I got carried away with my orange coloring. Okay, so I fixed it, kind of. Name is yellow. It's a second grade word because we know red, orange, yellow, kindergarten, first grade, second grade. Let's read these two sentences together now that we have our words underlined. What is your name? My name is, what's your name? Right. I wrote my name is Miss Sorensen. Okay, at the very top, would you please draw a large square? How many sides does a square have? I think this will actually become a rectangle. Let's say a rectangle that is kind of in this area. How many sides does a rectangle have? 4, right, same as a square. So taking your pencil, or if you want to use a color, whatever, your choice for the picture, drawing a large rectangle. I will draw it first and show you, or you can draw it yourself. Okay, I drew a large rectangle. This is becoming a sticker. A sticker? A sticker. Have you ever seen a sticker that somebody writes on it when they go and meet new people? They wear a sticker that says, my name is, and then it has their name on it. We're drawing that sticker. So at the top here, we need to write my name is. We know how to do that because we just wrote it down here. Would you please write my name is in your sticker? My name is, and we're getting that extra practice of writing my name is, and then write your name down below. You could write it in fun colors, you could write it in bubble letters, you could write it in huge capital letters, however you want to write it, it's your own name tag. My name is, I'm gonna write it in purple because I love purple. Miss Sorensen. This is something, if you have never seen one before, it's a name tag that people wear like a sticker on their shirt when they go to a new event, maybe a new place that they're meeting people. They wear a sticker that says, my name is, and their name here, Miss Sorensen. We did it! Thank you for sticking with me. I know this was a long video, but I wanted to make sure we have a lot of time in class normally to teach this and introduce this topic or this lesson to you. But since we're having to do this in a weird situation where I see you kind of through the camera, but not really, I wanted to make sure that everyone was getting the instructions that they needed for this lesson, especially because we're going to be doing this 4 days a week. So normally these videos are about 20 minutes instead of 40. So expect for the next couple of, the next word work videos that it'll be a lot shorter. We now have the idea of what these books look like and can do them all together. So when you have finished, put a big check mark in the air because you finished the first day of word work, of our word family word book. So, oops. Another thing that I wanted to add before we go, if you think of any more AIM family words today or throughout the week while we're adding AIM family words to our book, write them on the cover. If you think, oh, Miss Sorensen hasn't said this AIM family word yet, or this AIM family word, thinking of words that rhyme with name, add them to the cover. Write them on top. And this you can keep forever if you wanted. I'm keeping all mine. I have a huge stack of all the ones that we have done together this year. I have all of these. I put all the words. I have yellow sticky notes to help me remind myself what words I used. I love these. I think they're great. So keep them around. You can think about AIM family words whenever you want to. Okay, we will continue tomorrow with a lot shorter video on our AIM family word book. Thanks everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye.